Aries, and welcome to Live in the Solution. I am your astrologer and tarot card reader here with your reading for January the 27th through February the 2nd. I have meditated on these cards. This is for Aries. Aries, what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries through these cards for January the 27th through February the 2nd. Three cards for Aries, please. Oh, there's one. Two more cards for Aries. Two more cards for Aries. Two more cards for... Oh, I think that's it. Yes, two more. That's it. Okay, lovely. And let's go to your clarifying cards. So this is for Aries. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries through these clarifying cards for January the 27th through February the 2nd? Please clarify. Oh, they want to come out. There it is. Lovely. Please clarify the... Very nice. And please clarify the... Oh, there it is. Oh, darling, you have some lovely cards here. Let's go to your card, shall we? Okay, the first card out for you is the King of Cups, clarified by the Three of Wands. Then you have the Star card, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. And then you have the Nine of Cups, clarified by the Page of Swords. Aries, darling. Okay, the first card out for you is the King of Water Cups. It's emotions, right? The King of Cups is one of these guys who he's so matured over the year that he can now master his emotions. So when he comes into a reading, you're being asked to be the master of your emotions, do not react emotionally to anything. Don't lash out at somebody, because try not to take things personally, but keep it, stoic. Keep it in. I'm not saying that you shove your emotions to the side forever, but in terms of reacting to people, definitely. It's really important. Listen, guys, stay around. Right after this is the astrology report, and your reading might make more sense if you can look at that. Now, the interesting thing is that I feel you've got to see the three of Wands, right, is clarifying the King of Cups, and the Three of Wands is all about planning for the future optimistically, seeing the future really positively. So don't allow your emotions to get the better of you. Really, your ship's coming in. This is when you are able to master your emotions and not react from them, then you will have a really bright future ahead of you. Now, the next card out for you is the Star card. And the Star card, this is a big healing coming in, but it's also, look, the Star card is hope. So maybe you've been feeling a little down, emotionally reacting to someone, or feeling depressed, maybe, I'm getting for some of you. And I think that I think you can turn it around, because you've got the Star card, and the Star card's hope. And also, she sheds the light. where there was once darkness, she will illuminate your path forward. So if you've been a little stuck or not knowing which direction to go to, in which direction to go, or perhaps you've had a decision on the table and you've not known, should I do this, should I do that? And I feel that your path is going to be illuminated, and you're going to clearly see this week, I think, where and what you must do. And look, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, darling, turning in your direction. You know I want to sing that song. I'm gonna make you love me. Oh, yes, I will. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your direction. So grab onto it, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune is forever turning. And it goes up and it goes down. There are good times and there aren't so many good times. There are reaping days and there are learning days. Let me put it that way. So when you've got the Wheel of Fortune that comes into your reading, particularly under the Star card, I feel that, things are really going in your favor, but keep your eyes open and grab any opportunity that comes your way. Look for it. Look, your ship's coming. Look, he's standing there and his ship's come in. And so he's making these long-term optimistic plans. Because if your ship came in right there, if you saw your ship being unloaded of all these riches, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you'd have these, you'd be making plans. So, look, this is beautiful. Then you've got the Nine of Cups, dreams and wishes come true. And this is about, abundance. It's about celebrating. It's about finally feeling financially secure almost. I feel that this is on the table for you. And the Page of Swords is saying that you are, look, if you've got an idea or something that you've been mulling around in your head, then now's the time to act on it because you're ready for the next phase of your life, Aries. I would just say, though, that you may get news, and that news might not be welcome the way, it might not be received so well because of how it is presented to you. And it might not feel great, but take heed of it. Don't shoot the messenger. And if it's you that has news for others, soften your language, soften the delivery. Remember to be compassionate towards others, and to put yourself in their shoes and think about how you would feel if you got a certain message from someone, or information for that matter. Now, guys, I just want to remind you that this is a collective reading. It's for the collective, so take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like a personal reading, click on this link right here, which will take you to my website. You can see what readings I offer. So right after here, stay tuned because the astrological report is next. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, I'm so happy that you decided to stay around for the astrology report this week for January the 22nd through February the 2nd to see what is happening in the celestial sky for this week. And we start with Monday. January the 27th, Venus is conjunct Neptune. Venus is the planet of love, relationships, finance, and Neptune is the planet of creativity, kind of connection with the ethereal realm. It's also illusion and delusion. So these planets are both in Pisces. Now, Neptune, it rules Pisces, so it's at home in Pisces. And Venus is exalted in Pisces, which means that Venus can really express herself fully in Pisces. So this is a very strong energy, and they are conjunct. Now, this is kind of a very sensitive, kind of dreamy and romantic energy. This transit is about filling your world with beauty, art, music, that you'll see beauty in everything. You may even see a relationship through rose-tinted glasses. It may not be as great as you think it is. But on the other hand, you can also feel disappointed in a relationship because it doesn't stand up to your impossible standards. Because this is a very idealistic energy. Now, meanwhile, it's incredible for creativity and fantasy writing. So if you're a writer, it's brilliant for that. Any kind of creative endeavor, the visual arts, it's a wonderful way to channel this energy. Now, you can also be tempted to purchase a big ticket item, because there's no kind of foresight. You just see something and you want it, and you may not even consider the balance in your bank account. It's like, oh, get the credit cards out. Yeah. So resist that urge. Run it by someone before you make those purchases, or, make that commitment. You may also find it a little difficult to focus at work because Neptune is very kind of dreamy and can take you on these long kind of daydreams, and you can get lost in thought. So a good thing to do at this time is to meditate, because this is a really beautiful way of connecting with the ethereal realm. And I mean, I've been feeling it today. And I haven't been able to focus till it's really late on these readings because I just wanted to think and contemplate and do other things, frankly. On Tuesday, January the 28th, Mars is square to Neptune, which is the very next day at 5:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's kind of early in the morning. We're already feeling it. We've been feeling it for a few days. Neptune is a very slow-moving planet, so it will be feeling this for a while. So you may be feeling wiped out and tired. This aspect takes the wind out of your sails, it really kind of affects your self-esteem also. It can kind of make you paranoid or suspicious of people or their intentions, and take you on a journey of illusion, thinking that everyone is out to get you. It can be that. This is an energy that can have you gossiping or meddling in other people's affairs or business, and it's on, as well, you can be easily deceived by people, or, perhaps, look, if somebody approaches you with a get-rich-quick scheme and it seems too good to be true, it's probably a scam. So be aware of how enticing those things are, and up front, resist the urge to make any kind of major decisions on purchases or investments during this time. This is a really good time to retreat and to meditate, to go within. Use this energy to connect with source. Neptune is a really good way of doing that. So when you go within, Mars is, outward energy. So if you can go within, you can use that energy to connect with the ethereal realm. And, stay out of people's business and work through your own issues instead. This is a good time to work through what's going on with you and to address anything that's holding you back. Now, on Friday, January the 31st, the moon is void of course from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till 7:28 p.m. when it enters Taurus. So don't sign any contracts during this time don't commit to anything while the moon is stationary, because it is just there and it's not moving, it's not getting any kind of momentum. So you don't want to commit to anything during this time. It's very kind of much like Mercury in retrograde energy. Another reason to not purchase anything. You can regret things, regret purchases or commitments. Anything that you've signed, you may regret it. So don't do that on Friday. Now, on Sunday, February the 2nd, oh, it's Groundhog Day, by the way. Seems really early to be Groundhog Day. Anyway, it is. And Venus is sextile Pluto at 2:07 a.m. Pluto's a very slow moving planet. You know, it's an outward planet. It's a modern planet. So we are going to feel this energy. And look, it's a beautiful energy because sextile is harmonious, right? So during this time, shallow connections are not tolerated during this transit. Only deep, meaningful connections are fostered, and it's all we have time for. We don't have time for inauthentic or, shallow people. It's really, we want deep and meaningful connections. Now, if you are already committed to somebody, your relationship could evolve to a new plateau. A more meaningful, perhaps even spiritual connection with your loved one. And if you are single, you could fall madly in love for someone and even become obsessed with them. There's a very kind of intense sexual energy in the air, and it is possible to even explore the taboo during this time. Now, as a result of that, clandestine affairs are feasible and are possible. So, yes, watch out for that. Thank you so much for staying till the end of this video, and I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, another way to support me is through Patreon. You can click on this link here and go to my Patreon page, and I post things there that I don't post anywhere else. And I want to thank my patrons. They really help me each month. That really helps. And you can support me for as little as $1 a month, which is $12 a year. It's not a lot for you, but it's huge for me. That all mounts up, and I really appreciate your support. And if not, darling, I don't want to push you. That's great. You can check out my Patreon page anyway. And I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.